Hi, this is Concita Thomas with Great Shape Fit Club, and this is our next installment on macronutrients. In our last installment, we just did basic calculations. We went through an example so that you could learn how to calculate your daily nutrient needs, grams of carbs, protein, and fats, as well as calories, based on your daily protein intake. So we worked from protein backward, again, because protein is the king macronutrient. And in our example, we had Kathy, the mesomorph, who was 160 pounds, who wanted to keep her muscle tone and drop a little bit of body fat. And through working through those calculations, Kathy, we found, needed to start at an intake of somewhere around 1,700 to 2,100 calories. That was the range that we got. But I promised that I would do another video talking to you about what to do when your current intake is much lower than what you calculate and your goal is to lose body weight, or body fat I should say. We're going to talk about that. I want to take my time on this one because I want to address not just how to get the goal done, but I want to talk about what that actually means to have body fat to lose, yet your daily consumption is way lower than what's recommended. So first thing to consider is, did you truly track everything that you ate that day? So that's the first source of possible error. Sometimes people think they're eating 1,300 to 1,400 calories a day, and then if they take a day and religiously track every single morsel that goes into their mouth, into MyFitnessPal, they discover that their intake is way higher than they thought. And if that happens, that's actually great news, because what that means is that you are not overweight yet under eating. And we could fix that situation really quickly by just paying attention to what you're eating and reallocating where those calories come from. Getting those calories from higher quality sources that are going to be more supportive of your goal of dropping body weight. So that's best case scenario. You think you're under eating, but you're really not, in which case we just probably keep your intake the same or a little bit less, and we change where that intake is coming from, and you start to drop body fat and you keep your muscle and have great energy, and that's the best case scenario. However, I have seen in my experience of coaching a lot of times where ladies have body fat to lose, they desire to lose the body fat, and they truly are under eating, sometimes severely under eating. So what that means is that you've probably done a little bit of damage to your metabolism. Now, if you were not over-exercising at the same time and working your booty off in the gym and exercising loads of hours on fumes, if you were not doing that, you're just under-eating and not really exercising either, then the road to recovery will probably be a little bit easier for you than for the other example. So let's assume, for the sake of this example, that you were not really eating that much, but you weren't eating the most supportive foods for your goals, and you weren't really exercising that much. So if that is the case, although your goal is to lose body fat, our first priority is to really boost your metabolism a little bit, or actually a lot. So the way that we're going to do that is we're going to actually increase your calories, and instead of working from protein backward, we're going to do a little bit of a hybrid approach. We are going to determine your calories first, because we want to make sure that we end up eating more than you're currently eating so that we could rev up your metabolism. At the same time, we don't want to just jump 700 or 600 calories overnight, because you definitely will gain weight and probably some body fat too, no matter how healthy the food is. So, for example, Kathy was eating 1,200 calories when we met. And we calculated that based on the protein backward approach, she should be able to eat somewhere between 1,700 and 2,100. But she has weight to lose, and she's only eating 1,200. But the good news is that Kathy was not really exercising at all, and she wasn't really paying attention to her nutrition. She wasn't really dieting. She just wasn't really getting that much food in. So in this example, we could just bump her calories up just a little bit, 200 calories, and we could clean up where those calories are coming from, or more purposefully allocate where she's getting the nutrients from. So depending on Kathy's protein intake when she started. So you notice I keep saying depending on, because there's no one magic answer. It really is dependent upon what you were doing in the past. That's going to determine your best first step. So let's pretend that Kathy was getting in 80 to 90 grams of protein every day, and she was eating about 1,200 calories. So in that case, we will go ahead and we will do 0.8, which is going to be on the low end. Remember, we said someone who's going to be active and exercising regularly, which Kathy is going to be now, needs between 0.8 to 1.0 grams of protein per pound of body weight. So we're going to go with 0.8. So if we're going to start Kathy with 1,400 calories, we set that first because we're purposefully, incrementally increasing her calories. And she needs 0.8 grams of protein per pound of body weight. Notice we're not using her macros to calculate her protein. We're using her protein needs, 0.8 grams per pound of body weight. That's going to work out to be 128 grams of protein, which is going to work out to be 512 calories, which is going to work out to be 37% of her total intake. So this is where the numbers are not clean anymore, but that's okay. Don't be afraid, because these numbers are not magic. They are guidelines, general guidelines. So her protein is about 7% higher than just a typical mesomorph 40-30-30 split. So we're going to take that other 7% from her carbs, simply because we want to increase our calories while minimizing body fat gain during this process. So we're going to take it from her carbs. So in that case, 33% instead of 40 minus 7, 33% of her calories will come from carbs, which works out to be 462 calories, which works out to be 116 grams of carbs. And then fat is easy. Fat stays at 30%, so it's just 1,400 times 30%. Works out to be 420 calories and 47 grams of carbs. Kathy is going to stay following these macronutrient recommendations for about 2 weeks. She's going to begin her exercise regimen, and what we're hoping for is to see her body fat stay about the same. If it stays about the same or only goes up a tiny bit, then we'll go on to step 2, which is increasing to 1,600 calories, and we'll continue to do that until she's at an acceptable intake for her body weight. We'll stay there for a couple of weeks, 2 to 6 weeks, and then we can concentrate more directly on fat loss. But again, if you're already in a nutritional hole, if you are overweight, needing to lose body fat, and under eating, the answer is fix your metabolism first. Let that be the first priority, because that's going to make the body fat loss process so much easier. What we do not want to do with Kathy right here is we do not want to then take her down to 1,000 calories and add some cardio, throw some cardio on top of that and hope for the best. So what's going to happen is Kathy's going to get burnt out way before she gets to her goal body. And then I just worked the example down here again in case you're a Kathy and maybe your current protein intake is lower than hers was. Say you're somewhere 60 to 70. You may not jump straight to 128. You would then use that 0.6 grams of protein per pound of body weight, that survival number. That'll get you to about 100 grams of protein, 400 calories, which works out to be 29% of your intake. I gave the extra percentage to the fat and just worked it out from there. So that's it. That's what to do when you work out the numbers and you discover that you're way under eating. And then where do you go from there? You bump your calories up slightly. You set your protein, your king macronutrient, based on your grams per pound of body weight. And then you let the rest of the macros work themselves out from there. Hope that was helpful. Feel free to leave comments or message me if you have questions. Thank you.